right, so today we're diving deep into how our words, actually shape our reality.
Fascinating topic, right?
Yeah. We've got this incredible story about a young guy, Akira, and a silent master, Hideo, in a tranquil Japanese village.
What's cool is Hideo teaches Akira these profound life lessons without saying a word.
That's wild.
Plus, we're going to be looking at this list of 12 things wise people never say.
It's all about unlocking wisdom, right?
Exactly.
I think what's interesting is how this story, really highlights something we often overlook.
Oh, absolutely, like the power of silence.
We're constantly bombarded with noise and, opinions.
So taking a step back, just to observe and reflect.
It's like a reset button for our minds, almost.
Totally.
So picture Akira, right? He's this charismatic young man.
Loves to chat, tell stories.
The life of the party.
But deep down, he feels like something's missing.
Like his words lack depth.
Exactly, like they're not truly connecting.
And that's when he seeks out Master Hideo.
Yeah, it's almost like Akira is craving substance over superficiality.
Interesting.
He's yearning for a deeper understanding of how to use his words to create meaningful connections.
I see.
And so that leads him to this incredibly unique challenge from Hideo.
So get this. Hideo challenges Akira to a full week of silence.
7 days.
7 days without uttering a single syllable.
Wow.
But here's the twist.
What's that?
Each day, Hideo imparts a different life lesson.
Right.
But he does it through actions and metaphors.
Not words.
Not words.
Forcing Akira into silence is brilliant.
Right.
It clears the mental clutter,
Yeah.
creates space for him to absorb these lessons on a much deeper level.
Absolutely.
Without his own voice as a distraction, Akira can truly, observe, internalize, and understand Hideo's wisdom.
Yeah, it's like tuning out the static so you can finally hear the signal.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack these 7 lessons.
Okay, sounds good.
The first one tackles anger, comparing it to fire.
All right.
Hideo demonstrates, when you cling to anger, you burn yourself. When you unleash it, you burn others.
Powerful imagery.
Don't you think?
Very powerful.
Yeah.
It's a stark reminder that uncontrolled anger is a destructive force.
Right.
And it emphasizes the choice we have to let anger consume us, potentially damage our relationships, or learn to manage it. Find healthier ways to express our emotions. I've worked with many clients who struggle with managing their anger.
Oh, really?
And often it stems from a lack of awareness about the triggers that set them off.
Interesting. So would you say self-awareness is a key element in mastering this lesson?
Absolutely. It's about understanding your own emotional landscape, identifying your triggers and developing healthy coping mechanisms. Remember that point from the list of things wise people never say, you made me angry?
Oh, yeah.
It highlights the importance of taking responsibility for our own emotions, instead of blaming others.
It's a subtle shift in perspective, but so powerful.
It is.
Instead of reacting impulsively, we pause, acknowledge our anger, and then we choose a more constructive response.
Right.
So, lesson 1, all about taking ownership of our anger and finding healthy ways to express it.
Exactly.
On to lesson 2. This one dives into the delicate nature of trust.
Interesting.
Hideo conveys this message. What is given in trust must remain in trust. Breaking that bond can shatter relationships. Simple yet profound truth.
Yeah.
What resonates with me here is the emphasis on the fragility of trust.
Right.
It's like a delicate thread that can easily snap if not handled with care.
And when trust is broken, it takes immense effort and time to rebuild.
So true.
Think about it, gossiping.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things wise people avoid, it directly violates this principle of trust.
You're right.
Spreading rumors, sharing confidential information.
It all erodes the foundation of healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
It makes you reflect on those times you might have been tempted to gossip.
Definitely.
Did it strengthen a bond, or did it create cracks in that foundation of trust?
Important question.
This lesson is a powerful reminder to choose our words carefully, especially when it comes to matters of confidentiality.
Absolutely.
Okay, so on to lesson 3, keeping our plans under wraps. Hideo advises against prematurely revealing our ambitions, noting that not everyone is rooting for our success. He imparts this wisdom. Let your actions speak louder than your words. It's a call for discretion and focused action.
I love how this lesson encourages strategic action over empty boasting.
Right.
Instead of broadcasting our intentions, we channel our energy into taking concrete steps towards our goals.
Absolutely.
It's about proving our commitment through tangible progress, not just loud pronouncements.
Makes sense.
It also reminds me of a common pitfall I've observed in my coaching practice.
Oh, really? What's that?
Many individuals fall into the trap of seeking validation for their ideas before they've even taken the first step towards realizing them.
So it's more about doing the work than seeking approval.
Exactly. Focus on building momentum and let the results speak for themselves. It's about cultivating a quiet confidence that stems from consistent action.
That's such a powerful shift in mindset.
It is.
It's about trusting our own abilities and letting the outcomes validate our efforts.
Right.
Okay, ready for lesson 4?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
This one centers on generosity and the art of giving without expecting anything in return.
Okay.
Hideo demonstrates this principle. True generosity doesn't seek recognition. Give without expecting applause.
It's about the purity of selfless giving.
Right.
It reminds me of the age-old saying, it's better to give than to receive.
Oh, yeah.
Genuine generosity flows from a place of genuine care and compassion,
Makes sense.
not a desire for praise or recognition.
Right.
You know, I found that many people struggle with this concept because they're afraid of being taken advantage of.
That's a valid concern. How do you address that in your coaching practice?
Well, it's about reframing the idea of generosity. It's not about giving until it hurts or allowing others to exploit your kindness.
Right.
It's about setting healthy boundaries while still maintaining a generous spirit.
So it's about finding that balance between giving freely and protecting ourselves from potential harm.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that true generosity comes from a place of abundance, not scarcity.
Interesting.
And it's about understanding that the act of giving itself is its own reward.
I love that. It's about finding joy in the act of giving without attaching any strings or expectations. Okay, let's dive into lesson number 5, the importance of refraining from speaking ill of others.
Yeah.
Hideo shows Akira, highlighting others' faults doesn't make you wiser. It only fuels arrogance and invites resentment. Instead, he encourages understanding and compassion.
This lesson is so critical, especially in today's world where negativity and judgment seem to spread like wildfire, both online and offline.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like that classic saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
But Hideo takes it a step further, urging us to cultivate understanding and compassion instead of judgment.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles.
Right.
Facing their own challenges.
Exactly.
Instead of tearing people down, let's strive to build each other up.
You know, I often see this play out in workplaces.
Oh, yeah.
Gossip and negativity can poison a team's dynamics, leading to decreased productivity and morale.
So, creating a positive and supportive environment is essential for success, both individually and collectively.
Totally.
This lesson is about recognizing the power of our words to uplift or to tear down,
Absolutely.
and choosing to speak in a way that fosters connection and understanding. And I think that's a great place to pause for part 1 of our deep dives. We've already uncovered so much from these first 5 lessons. We'll be back in part 2 to explore the final 2 lessons from Hideo and delve deeper into the 12 things wise people avoid saying. Don't go anywhere.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to our deep dive into wisdom and how our words can actually shape our reality, you know?
It's really incredible stuff.
It is. And you know, I'm really looking forward to unpacking those last 2 lessons from Master Hideo.
Me too.
You know, they're all about fear and wealth.
Yeah, and I'm also super eager to tie in those 12 things wise people never say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like they just add another layer of depth to this whole idea of mindful communication.
Absolutely. So let's jump into it.
Okay, so lesson 6, fear, something we all grapple with, right?
Oh, totally.
Hideo shows Akira that giving fear too much attention can actually make it stronger.
Interesting.
And he says this, speaking too much of your fears gives them power over you. Face them with courage and they will shrink.
Wow, that's a powerful message.
It is right.
It really is. It's kind of like that old saying, what you resist persists.
Yeah.
The more we dwell on our fears, you know, the bigger and scarier they become in our minds.
Yeah.
But when we confront them head on, they often lose their grip on us.
It's like we're taking away their power by just refusing to be controlled by them.
Exactly.
And it kind of reminds me of one of the 12 things wise people never say.
Which one?
You know, that I can't.
Oh, yeah, right?
I feel like it's all about challenging those limiting beliefs
Absolutely.
and replacing them with a more empowering mindset?
It is, because our words shape our reality.
Yeah.
If we constantly tell ourselves, I can't,
Right.
then we're setting ourselves up for failure. But if we focus on what we can do, even if it's just taking small steps,
Right.
we open ourselves up to new possibilities.
It's about shifting from that mindset of limitation to a mindset of possibility.
Exactly.
I think this lesson also connects to the point about not complaining. Like,
Right.
wise people understand that complaining is like this negative spiral.
Yeah.
It just keeps us stuck in that cycle of negativity.
It's about choosing to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on the problems,
Right.
taking action instead of getting bogged down in all that negativity.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed how complaining can be contagious?
Oh, totally.
It can bring down the energy of like an entire room.
It's true. It's
Like,
true.
like negativity just breeds more negativity.
For sure.
And so by choosing to focus on the positive,
Right.
we're not only helping ourselves, but we're also influencing those around us.
Absolutely.
Okay, are you ready for the final lesson from Hideo?
Yes, bring it on. I'm curious to see how he wraps up this week of wisdom.
All right, so lesson 7 tackles wealth, but not in the way you might expect.
Oh, really? How so?
Yeah, okay. So Hideo shows Akira that true worth isn't measured by material possessions.
Right.
And he says this, your worth is not measured by what you own, but by who you are. Do not boast about your possessions, they do not define you. True wealth lies in knowledge, kindness, and integrity.
That is a timeless message.
Isn't it?
It is.
Like in a world that's so obsessed with material success,
Right.
it's easy to fall into that trap of equating our worth with what we own.
It's true. We see it all the time.
But this lesson reminds us that true wealth lies in those qualities that we cultivate. Our character, our values, our contributions to the world.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that those inner qualities
Right.
are far more valuable
Yeah.
and enduring
Yes.
than any fleeting material possession.
So true. And you know, it also reminds me of that point about not boasting.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
wise people understand that true confidence comes from within,
It does.
not from external validation or showing off.
Right. It's about letting our actions speak for themselves.
Yeah.
It's about being humble and recognizing that we're all works in progress.
I love that.
You know, I've noticed in my work with clients that people who are constantly boasting
Yeah.
often have like deep-seated insecurities.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to overcompensate for something that they feel is lacking within themselves.
That's an interesting observation.
It is.
So true confidence then is quiet and unassuming.
Exactly.
It's about knowing your worth without needing to shout it from the rooftops. Okay, so we've explored all 7 lessons now from Master Hideo.
Right.
And what's so fascinating is how seamlessly they connect with these 12 things wise people never say.
Totally.
Like they're 2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
2 different perspectives on like the same core principles.
I agree. They both emphasize the power of mindful communication.
Yes.
Choosing our words carefully, considering their impact, and speaking in a way that fosters, understanding.
Connection.
And-
Positive change.
Exactly. And you know what strikes me is how Akira must have felt after this week of silence.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine the transformation that he underwent, going from someone who constantly filled the silence with words
Right.
to someone who understood the profound power of choosing them carefully.
I bet it was a life-changing experience for him.
Right.
And I think it highlights an important point for all of us listening.
What that?
We all have the capacity for that kind of transformation.
We do.
We can all embark on our own journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. And cultivate that wisdom that comes from mindful communication.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to involve like a week of silence in a remote village.
No, not at all.
We can find opportunities for reflection and growth in our everyday lives.
Right. It could be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to meditate, journal, or simply observe our thoughts and words without judgment.
Or being more intentional about the media we consume,
Yes.
the people we surround ourselves with, the conversations we engage in.
It's all about creating an environment that supports our growth
Right.
and helps us become more mindful communicators.
So as we move towards the final part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with this question to ponder.
Okay.
What small step can you take today to cultivate more mindfulness in your communication?
That's a great question to reflect on, and we'll be back in just a moment to explore how we can all put these principles into practice and create a more positive and impactful reality with our words.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. It's amazing how much wisdom we've uncovered from Master Hideo's silent teachings and, those 12 things wise people never say. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired to put these principles into action.
Yeah, me too. It's one thing to understand these concepts, intellectually, but the real transformation happens, I think, when we start applying them to our daily lives.
Absolutely. So let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. We explored the power of silence, you know, and the importance of choosing our words carefully, right? And how to avoid letting, anger, fear, negativity control our actions.
We also delved into the importance of cultivating qualities like trust, generosity, compassion, and integrity, right? Those inner qualities that truly define our worth.
And we can't forget the power of action, like translating these principles into tangible steps, into conscious choices that align with the wisdom we've uncovered.
Right. It's about transforming our words into positive actions. And, those create a ripple effect in our own lives and the lives of those around us.
It makes me think about all the ways we can use our words to make a difference. Like we can encourage others, offer support, share knowledge, spread kindness, and inspire positive change.
Exactly. And, we can also use our words to challenge injustice, advocate for what's right, and stand up for those who are marginalized or oppressed. Our words have the power to heal, to empower, to contribute to a more just and compassionate world.
But let's be real, it's not always easy to live up to these ideals. We all make mistakes. We all have those moments where we fall short of our aspirations. What happens when we stumble on this path of mindful communication?
Well, that's where self-compassion comes in, I think.
Self-compassion.
Yeah. It's crucial to remember that we're all on a journey of growth and learning. We're not going to get it right all the time.
So it's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly. The key is to be aware of our missteps, learn from them, and keep striving to be the best versions of ourselves. It's about extending the same kindness and understanding to ourselves that we strive to offer to others.
I love that. It's about approaching our own growth with patience and a gentle heart. Thinking about Akira's transformation after his week of silence, I wonder what he did next. How did he integrate this newfound wisdom into his life?
That's a great question. Perhaps he started small, being more mindful of his words in everyday conversations. Maybe he sought out mentors who embodied the qualities he admired. Or perhaps he simply committed to regular reflection and introspection to stay connected to the wisdom he gained.
It's inspiring to think about the ripple effect his transformation might have had on his community and the people around him. It reminds us that even small shifts in our communication can create meaningful change.
And it's never too late to embark on our own journey of mindful communication. We can all learn from Master Hideo's example, even without a week of complete silence.
Absolutely. It starts with awareness. Paying attention to the words we use, the thoughts we entertain, and the impact our communication has on ourselves and others.
Right. And it's about making conscious choices, choosing to speak in a way that aligns with our values, our aspirations, and the kind of world we want to create.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question to ponder. If our words have the power to shape our reality, what kind of reality do you want to create with your words? What positive actions can you take today to start shaping that reality?
It's a powerful question to consider. Remember, every word we speak is a seed that we plant. Let's choose our words wisely and cultivate a world that reflects the wisdom we carry within us.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of exploration. We hope you gain some valuable insights and feel empowered to walk your own path of mindful communication. Until next time.